Of us? Oriel.
I've known this man for a long time, and he is an excellent human. He's an absolute gentleman. And in the creative industry, that's not always a given. He's incredibly knowledgeable, and he has changed the One Club for Creativity for the better. It's expanded under his leadership. And we're going to learn about trends. We're going to learn about creative industry trends. I want to make a big, warm welcome for the CEO of the One Club. It's Kevin Swanepoel, everybody.
Thank you, Kerry. Thank you.
Mwah.
Isn't she awesome? Man, Kerry can hold the room, that's for sure. Well, thank you. As you see, I'm not of us? Oriel. I'm not Oriel. But hopefully, I will be able to give you a little bit of insight into what we do and some of the trends we've seen this past year. Great. So, as Kerry said, I'm Kevin Swanepoel, CEO of the One Club, and these are just some of the trends we have. But before we get started, this is my pup. Yeah. His name is Marley, and him and I love the beach. I live down in Florida, and so we spend a lot of time on the beach. If you want to hook up with me on LinkedIn or Instagram, you can connect with me. I'd love to catch up with you guys anytime. So about us, we have got 3 big global award shows within the One Club. We've got the One Show, 53 years old now. We've got the Art Directors Club going on 104. And we've got the Top Directors Club. So these are big 3 disciplines that we actually have in our stable. Those are the global awards. And then we have the ADCE and One Asia. The beauty of all this is they all go into the global creative rankings, and we'll get to see those in January. But most importantly, these things are open. So this is a bit of a sales pitch. Get your entries in. We'd love to see your work through this end of this year. But kicking it back to 2004, what have we seen in the work this past year? And these are just going to be some insights that have defined creative excellence this past year. And it comes from a wide range of work. So we had over 20,000 entries. There are 24 disciplines, so it ranges everything from design, interactive, film, brand entertainment, you name it. We gave out 702 pencils, and they were awarded to 65 different countries. The jury is massive. We have over 200 judges from 44 countries, and then we also have a special system where our board of directors oversees the judging to ensure that it's fair and kept on track. So looking at some of the insights that we've seen this past year, we turned around about 1.5 years ago, and coming out of COVID, we decided, look, let us actually start a humor category because we're starting to see more humor come back into work. So that was a really big part of it, that we saw a lot of humor coming in. The other big thing was the creative use of data. More and more, we've seen interesting uses of large amounts of data. And the other big thing was real time. How do people create work in real time? And we'll get a little bit more into that as we get into it. Emotions, there was everything from laughter to tragedy. You know, great storytelling has got an arc of a story, and usually there's humor or tragedy in that. But another big trend that we saw was DEI. And, you know, when George Floyd got murdered, there was this big sort of trend that happened in the US where there's this big swing to supporting DEI. Unfortunately, that trend is now starting to fall off. But the work this past year, we noticed that there was a major increase in inclusion and diversity work. So the first trend was big brand, brave humor. And this is some of the work that I love the best. What country do you think does the best brand humor? Thailand. Ooh, Thailand it is. All right. So this particular spot actually was not from this year. It was from a couple of years back. The one that was from this year was very long. So I want to just play this to you. But this just represents some of the lightheartedness that we are seeing in work post-COVID.
แฮร์รี่เราชอบเธอ
หวัง Voice Waffle Choco Crispy ใช่ไหม
เปล่าเรารู้อยู่แล้วว่า voice แหว่งไม่ได้
จะจับโกหกให้มองที่ตา
ถอดแว่น ลืมตา กว้างอีก คิดอะไรอยู่
ตามันฟ้อง
ไม่ใช่ตาเรา
มานี่
Voice Waffle Choco Crispy อร่อย แบ่งไม่ได้
That really is an incredibly beautiful campaign. There's about 5 or 6 of those spots, and each one is better than the next. So this was our jury president, Jeff Edwards, in this category. And he really did say that this year's work made us really laugh. It really was provocative stuff and great storytelling. Then, you know, looking at some of the grand returns, some of the work that we've seen is really honest and frank up front, and comedy is really one of the biggest highlights. Let me just click on through this. We've really spoken about that. I've got one more piece that I do want to show you. This particular piece took a very dramatic bit of humor, pretty brave when you look at it. But I'm going to play this. Has anybody seen this particular piece? Okay. It comes out of France, and it's for Canal+.
Papa? Papa, je sais que tu m'entends. Tu t'inquiètes pas, on est là, on est près de toi. Il y a les enfants qui sont là aussi. Et tu sais quoi? Antonin, il va te jouer ton morceau de violon préféré. Mais vas-y, Antonin, tu joues. Il y a ton fils qui est arrivé. Il est en retard, mais il est là. Alors voilà, comme on est tous là, mais moi je voulais te dire, mon petit papa.
Ça y est. Arrête de jouer, Antonin.
Papa?
Ça y est. Non, Antonin, arrête de jouer.
Papa?
It's such a beautiful piece. And, you know, it just takes you, that whole arc of that story, it keeps you captivated, and it's just sort of such dark humor, but so beautiful. Great. So the second trend is really hyper-personalization, and it is something we've seen nowadays, just because the ability for us to have a real good connection with the consumer allows us to, one, you know, the brands have a very close connection to the consumer nowadays. They have the data. They have the ability to personalize stuff. This next spot, this next spot, let me just go back. I messed that up, sorry. This next spot really just takes that a little step further, and we'll see what they did with this app and the ability to actually personalize a data menu when you come to delete an app.
In 2022, Argentina became world champion. Nope, not talking about football. Argentina ranked #1 globally on app uninstallment with a 51.4% rate. This means 1 out of 2 apps downloaded eventually gets deleted after 30 days. Favorite category to delete? Food apps. And for Wendy's, this was malísimo. So we did the simplest and most cost-efficient app deletion interception. Don't delete menu. Here to explain it, our Wendy's client.
When a user decides to delete an app, let's say for example Burger King, they just tap on the app icon and the shortcut menu is displayed, and bye bye King, the app is gone. We customized our Wendy's shortcut menu so when a user tries to delete us, they found unexpected offers for them to stay. All they need to do is tap to add to the cart.
Es un fucking menu secret.
And by updating these offers weekly, we're not only retaining them, but we get them coming back to find new offers every time.
And that was it. End of the idea.
I'm going to skip all those stats, but really, really great ways to hack the system, and how do you insert yourself as a brand in that sort of personal interaction. I think some of the big things that we're going to be preparing for next is going to be how do we deal with data privacy, which is a really huge, big thing coming up, and sort of the collaboration between agencies and their consumers is going to be essential for work to really take off and go viral. And I think the sort of two-way interaction between the brand and the consumer, we have got the ability now to really personalize it just with the data that we're collecting and the understanding of our consumer. So this has been a really huge change, and we're going to see a lot more as we get in, and the use of AI is going to come into this, where we really are going to be able to personalize messages directly to the consumer. Accessible tech. This is the third trend, and what we've seen, certainly, this last year was a really beautiful case study. Susan Creedle spoke at the Executive Summit, and this was work that they did, and it really is incredible when you have a look at what they did with a big brand like Michelob Ultra, and they brought AR, VR tech, and they used AI to be able to bring sort of the ability to have somebody who's disabled really call a basketball game. So let's watch this, and we'll talk a little bit more about it.
Basketball is a very fast-moving sport. If you can't see it, it can make it a very difficult sport to follow. My name is Cameron Black, and I was born completely blind. It's always been my dream to be a sports broadcaster.
Nakoro turns it right back over. Hartenstein steal.
For a full year, I helped create a new language. I pushed my senses.
It's a very quick up and down,
to develop a new set of technologies.
Using spatial audio, Cameron is going to have an audio experience that places him in the center of the game.
a new vocabulary of sound that told me exactly what play was happening and where.
We've created a haptic language, the layer on top of the audio to help emphasize intensity and meaning within each play.
And refreshable Braille was programmed to give me condensed in-game statistics in a matter of milliseconds, all powered by data and AI.
Cameron Black, 34 years old, he was born blind, and with the help of Michelob Ultra and special technology, he's going to be the official commentator for tonight's game.
I am live in Michelob Ultra Studios on ESPN, about to bring you Game 3. I'll be taking you through tonight's action. And RJ Barrett slams it home from downtown. Yeah, baby! Garland commits a traveling turnover, however. Another turnover, or with a bad pass. Toppin alley-oops a dunk. I got a double ripple on that one. Slams it home. That's the game.
Cameron Black.
Cameron Black.
Commentating blind. Who else can ever do that?
We'll change sports entertainment for everyone.
My name's Cameron Black, signing off.
It's pretty incredible, man. Think of yourselves as creatives and all that we have at our hands right now. Can you imagine being part of that team who's sitting in the back there and thinking, well, how can we bring something like this to life? And really, we are at an incredible age where technology is really at our fingertips. We have the use of all this data, AI, new technology that really could make a difference in people's lives. You know, so here we're seeing a lot of the ability for people who are underrepresented to be actually in front of everybody on center stage doing something like this, and it just brings together the power of the creative mind to be able to think of these things and come up with these ideas. So it certainly is evening the playing fields, and I think we're going to see a lot more, whether it be AR, VR, mixed reality. These are just something that's going to help these communities that have been excluded for so long. Going on to trend 4, speed of culture. And this, there's 2 commercials I'm going to show you on this, and both are incredible, where you can see a brand not just on a usual stage where you could, okay, here's a brief, go out there, spend 2 or 3 months coming up with the concepts, ideas, putting it into production. But this first one, people are watching, the creatives are watching a game, they see something happen, and immediately the agency goes to the brand with this idea, and it's done at the speed of culture. And so this is one of my favorite from last year, and I'll just play the spot.
There's one driven to right down the line toward the corner. That is foul.
Put a little indentation into the can of Coors Light.
Shohei Ohtani. He's the greatest baseball talent in the history of the sport of baseball.
He is to Japan what Messi is to Argentina.
They make up a commemorative series of cans. It has a locked out area, like when Shohei broke their neon sign.
Coors Light has done some of the best reactive marketing that I've seen in a while.
The top 5 best marketing campaigns in sports history.
It's especially impressive because Coors Light is not even the official beer of MLB, nor is Shohei Ohtani a Coors Light sponsored athlete.
やること早いですよね。8月26日のこのハプニングを逆手にとって。
It's absolutely incredible. You know, here is an ad that was created literally within 48 hours. Budget, very, very small. If you think of it, the team took like milliseconds, came up with this idea, pitched it to the client, and they ran with it. Brave client, great creative team to come up with this concept. But it also just shows you that, yes, Coors is a big brand, but you don't need massive budgets and long lead times. I think in today's society, where people are constantly on streams, whether it be TikTok or Snap or Instagram or whatever social media channel they're on, people are engaging with content that's happening in real time. So more and more, you as creatives out there need to embrace this. This next ad was really interesting. It was a Super Bowl ad. And we sort of know what brands are going to appear in the Super Bowl, and they start talking about it a little bit before. But White & Kennedy had a big challenge here because they didn't know exactly what was going to be on every single ad. And they decided to DoorDash all the ads in the Super Bowl, which is pretty incredible that they were going to give away to one lucky winner every single ad or product that was advertised on the Super Bowl, whether it was a car or motorbike or a can of soda, bag of chips, Doritos, or whatever it is. But this just shows you the power of being able to react in real time as things are unfolding. So I'll play the case study.
Ultimate driving Bass Pro. This year, DoorDash didn't just make a Super Bowl ad, we delivered all the other Super Bowl ads.
DoorDash.
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 The company says it will deliver products from every ad aired.
One lucky person picked to win a product from every single Super Bowl ad.
So everything from fried chicken to mayonnaise to a car.
Listen, we don't know what the commercials are, so it could be a BMW,
Doritos,
Kia, Volkswagen,
even a tub of mayonnaise.
And as brands released their ads in real time, we had to quickly add them to our cart.
They've added more cars!
You can also win a Kawasaki off-road vehicle.
Got the Oreos, Doritos.
All the things. One person gets it all the things. Yes, all the things.
And yes, that meant constantly updating everything we were making, even which brands we were featuring in our Super Bowl ad, and making content to engage with all of them.
Wait, is DoorDash gonna deliver me Jesus?
Then, 76 ads into the game, we aired our ad that got you all the ads.
DoorDash dash all dash the dash ads dash 2024 dash promo code.
Dash DoorDash can DoorDash pretty much. Revealing a very, very long promo code that you had to enter to win.
Dash Mountain Dew Baja Blast dash.
Dash overwhelming.
Dash Oreo dash Dove dash Lit dash Love.
That's not how you spell Doritos.
You're not helping.
This is sense.
Dash happy for the code.
People really wanted all the ads delivered, so much so that they even missed the end of the game.
Mahomes flings it. It's there! Hardman! Jack!
Talk about engagement.
This adds to the fun for people that aren't football fans.
A Super Bowl viewer just won a product from every ad aired.
This person's so lucky.
DoorDash announcing the winner. Total prize includes 2,468 items.
I think that the lesson here is that DoorDash can actually DoorDash anything.
Even the Super Bowl.
Pretty cool. Yeah, so as I was saying, brands really have to respond at the speed of culture nowadays. And obviously, as we are scrolling through our feeds, we don't want to be interrupted by ads. We want to be entertained by them, or at least included in them. And, social moments are now as impactful as traditional ads, whether it be the old TV ads or print ads of before. Effective technology is the fifth trend, and we're seeing that really drive stuff. Who knows this ad? Aha, a couple of people. Good. So, we heard about the women movement and everything. We've seen great sports being played by our women athletes, And I think that we can all agree that there's some of the best athletes out there. And then when you see this ad, it just sort of tips it on its head. I'll play this commercial quick.
The French women's national team is drawing attention with a new ad.
Publicité, je sais pas si vous l'avez vu, elle est incroyable.
Ela tem comercial que tá bombando, né?
É sensacional.
Best marketing I've ever seen.
It is the most amazing thing I have ever seen.
It's the best ad I've seen anywhere.
The exact kind of thing that would go viral.
Stop what you're doing and watch this right now.
Ouais, c'est passé.
Oh,
oui, c'est passé.
Oh, oui.
Les Bleus qui reviennent dans le match.
Et on a encore droit de rêver. Oh, qu'est-ce que c'est ce missile?
Avec le pied droit. Ah, il va être direct.
Ça va.
Le centre en frais. C'est ça, le football qu'on aime.
Oh my God, it's so good.
2-minute video, the footage rewinds.
The VFX are removed. It is in fact the elite French women's teams.
Pegou futebol feminino.
Mais en réalité, ce sont les femmes de l'équipe de France.
I think you can all agree that yeah, those women athletes are as good as any man. And when you see those moves and those goals, they were incredible. But, you know, data and tech are no longer just driving a buzz in the One Show winners this year, but certainly they are as creative and as immersive as any other work that's been done. The campaigns have been personalized, and you know, you've got to deliver results, though. You can't just have buzz; it's got to also have results. And what we've seen a lot is gamification around a brand, and obviously, you know, let's go and have a look at some of the stuff that actually is doing incredible, beautiful craft work that is not really relying on all that tech and the hype. But if we pare back some of that, we still get down to the very core of what we do as creatives, is we love to just craft beautiful work. This work that I'm going to show you was judged by John Jay. He was the jury president for the design jury, and it really takes an incredible amount of time to actually pare back and go lean on design, so sort of take away all the fluff. And when you had a look at this particular piece, and this won the Best of Discipline in Design, it was done by Dentsu out of Japan. If you ever get the chance to travel in Japan on rail, you'll see all of this work, and it is just so beautiful. They created posters and books and little icons, and then they also created this mobile app that you could collect these little items.
In Japan, railways are so integral to daily life, people often take them for granted. We wondered if there wasn't a way to remind people of the romance and adventure of rail travel. So we researched the history of train stations across the country. We also searched social media for mentions of stations and people's memories of visiting them. Based on this research, we created woodcut-style stamps for each station and a web app for collecting stamps on a smartphone when passing through a station. Rail travel became more fun. People visited more stations to collect more stamps. Even everyday commuting became an adventure. It made people want to discover new sights and attractions. They began to think about railways in an entirely new way and saw the country in a whole new light.
I'm going to leave you with this. I've run out of time, but AI is going to evolve, and it's going to be more than just this sort of flashy thing. It's going to become a useful tool for us. And then, if you want the entire trend report, it's an incredible report with lots more insights. Scan that. And can anybody remember my dog's name? Molly. All right, guys, thank you so much. All right.
Molly.
Molly and me.
Well done, Kevin. Molly! Let's hear it for Molly and Kevin. All right, one of my favorite pieces of work was the work for the women's football team. That transformation to show that it's actually the women players, amazing. And it brings us on to the next speaker. She